Oof. I don't know. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melina and this is another segment of Why Not. I'm calling these segments Why Not because I got a lot of information to share, a lot of knowledge to drop, and I figure why not crack open a bottle of wine and do all we drink, because wine the fuck not. So if you watched the last video that I posted, it was a kind of a tip tutorial type thing on how to get long, healthy hair. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it down below just to make sure you do watch it. And while in that video, I also mentioned that I would do a tutorial on buns. So here we are today. I do a lot of different buns, but essentially it's really only 4 different buns. Tight bun, messy bun, and then in pigtails. So today I'm just gonna break down how I do all 4 of those different buns, just kind of show you how to do it. Before we get started, I just want to talk to you about what kind of wine I'm drinking today. So we are drinking a Cabernet, like I said in my last video. Cabernet is pretty much my shit. Today I'm drinking the Menage a Trois Decadence, which apparently is the Cabernet. So, little backstory, Menage a Trois, the red wine blend, was kind of how I got started on red wine, kind of how I like eased myself into it. Now it's way too sweet, can't do it, haven't touched it in years. But I was at Randall's today. For those of you who aren't in Missouri, I'm not sure if they're in other states, but they're basically just like a big warehouse liquor store. But they had this guy on sale for $8, and I'm like, sale? I'll take it. So I decided to give it another try, even though knowing that I can't drink the other Menage a Trois anymore, but this said Cabernet, so I'm like, hey, why not? Why not give it a try? So that's what we're drinking today. I'll let you know at the end of that video if I like it. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so bun number 1. We're just gonna put a high pony on top of our heads to start off. This is just the regular sleek bun. Super easy, you'll see. And we're gonna start with just a ponytail on top of our head. You wanna make sure it's in the right spot. You wanna make sure it's definitely high enough, or else I feel like you'll just look like a principal. I personally am not going for that look, but if you are, hey, knock yourself out. Okay, so let's put our hair in a ponytail. Remember that Joder Beckham I was talking about? My hair's not wet, so it's easy. Okay. If I'm really trying to get a good tight pony and if I want everything to be really pulled back sleek, usually I'll do my ponytail, I'll flip my head over and brush it up like this from the bottom, just because all your hair is falling and it just kind of, it makes it easier to pull it all back, if you catch my drift. But here, there's no way to do that and record, so we're just gonna do it like this. There's also multiple brushes and combs you can get. Now I have really straight hair, so it's really easy for me to get that sleek look. But I will put a little picture up here, but there's a perfect little brush that you can use that really gives you that smooth look. Actually, I think I'm actually gonna get it anyways, because it just gives you that extra sleekness, which is exactly what you're wanting when you're creating this look here. Okay, so pull it to the top of your head. I'm super OCD about it, so it takes me, you know, a million times to get it up there. Put your pony in, and there we go. You just got your basic pony. You want it at about this height here, just because you're gonna, I mean, you're building on top of your head like this. Jesus, I feel like that was a workout. Now we're gonna start the wrap. So all you need is some bobby pins. Typically I use 4. Sometimes I have to use more than that depending on how well my hair is working out that day. But for the most part, I just shoot for 4. Now, depending on if you have layers or not, it may take you more than that. My hair is pretty one length right now, so there's not a lot of like crazy little split offs or anything. Okay, some slight warnings though. When your hair is clean, so my hair is clean. If you watched my last video, then you know I wash my hair once a week. Today's Saturday, washed it. My flyaways, when my hair is clean, they get really bad. So you might want to take some sort of gel or hairspray if your hair is clean, if you have like no natural oil in your hair, just because like that flyaway look isn't always the cutest thing in the world. But hey, if you don't care, then you don't care. I typically don't give a shit. So moving on. Okay, we're gonna start with the actual bun part. I call it the twist and wrap. And the reason for that being is because you're gonna take your hair, you're gonna give it a slight little twist, just a twist at the top here, just about there, and then you're gonna start to wrap around. But once you get to the back of your head here, straight across, instead of continuing to twist, because if you continue to twist, you're gonna get the principal look, and we're not going for that. We're going for sleek, okay? Anyways, you just, at this point, then you just wrap. You see how I did that? Twist, let's say twice, just so you get enough twist on the end. Basically, the twist is so you keep all you're kind of locking all your hair in so it doesn't get frayed out, you know what I mean? So you twist, and then we're gonna wrap. And then at this point, you just keep wrapping. You might need to take your other hand here and hold it in place because I got a lot of hair, so stuff gets kind of a little bit out of control, but you just keep wrapping around until you start to kind of lose momentum with all your hair. Your hair gets skinnier and skinnier, so that's when you're gonna wanna start taking the bobby pins and add one in the back. I wish I could show you, but I mean, hopefully that makes sense. where it just starts to fall. And then just where you need them, pop them in. You kind of got to play with it a little bit. Let's see if it'll stay. You kind of got to play with where you put your bobby pins in too, depending on how thick and fat your ponytail is. Sometimes they want to like push back out depending on where you're pushing them into, you know? And so like say you go like this and it pops back out, then just try to rotate, if that makes sense. Try to, you know, find a spot to put them in. You know, that's it in a nutshell. Wherever you feel like the bobby pin should go until it feels tight and good and everything feels locked down and in place. I mean, you can kind of push her over, make sure she's not a leaning tower, you know, and that's pretty much it. That's kind of how I get my sleek top knot there. Really, it's all about the twist and the wrap. You might need to do it a couple of times, but the wrap is really what's gonna get you the shape that you're looking for. If you twist too much, it's gonna be a lot shorter, which I mean, can be okay. For work, I usually don't keep it this like obnoxious and loud. For work, I do kind of twist a lot. For work, I am going for the principal look because most people don't really know my real life at work. I'm a completely different person, but you know, cheers to being fake as fuck. Okay, the second bun, or buns, are the tight buns, but the Piggy Tight buns. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna part our hair. So you need to get a comb. If you have stub fingers, you gotta get a comb. No shade, not hating on the stub fingers, but I've got these bad boys. So all I have to do is take it and bring it all the way down the back. But in order to, like, you can tell that this is straight. In order to tell that the back is straight, you're gonna have to get a handheld mirror and look at the back, or you can do what I do. Babe, can you tell me if this is straight? Fabulous. But you do honestly want to make sure that the back part is 100% straight, because at least for me, when I see girls with pigtails and there's like one line of hair across, it drives me nuts. You just want to make sure it looks clean, like you tried. Anyways, so okay, so now we're gonna put our hair in pigtail, just pigtail ponies. Again, you can use your smoothing comb. This is not obviously as important. You don't have to get them too sleek and too smooth, just because this is more of a fun look. It's not, you know, you're not trying to be Miss Bougie. The positioning of your pigtails though is very important. You want to make sure, just like your high pony, these are high enough as well, or else you're gonna have like two things sticking out of the side of your head, and like that's not cute. We got Piggy 1. We're almost done with Piggy 2. Make sure they're even, make sure you got them in the same spot as the other one. Make sure they're symmetrical. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we got both piggies. I'm really channeling my inner Britney Spears / Baby Spice. Let's just really live in this moment for a second. Okay. See, I think one is, okay, so I think one is a little bit off center. You can fix that. You don't have to totally take it out unless it's like completely different. But if you just kind of take it and take the pieces of your hair and kind of pull it to where you want it, you got to be careful because you don't want it to mess up too much in here, because like, see, you can kind of see I made a little bit of a bump there, but we'll cover that up because we're gonna be wrapping and stuff anyways. But I'm a little bit OCD, and I just want to make sure that my things are perfectly centered here. But for the most part, that looks pretty good. Also, I will point out that I don't want these to be too perfect. This isn't like the tight bun. I mean, essentially these are the same buns. We're gonna be doing the same technique, but I kind of like them a little more like they were just kind of thrown together. Not as much as what we're gonna cover in the messy buns, but I definitely don't want it to be too put together. I mean, they're pigtail buns. Holy shit! These are tighter than, I use brand new ponytails. Fun tip, you don't need a facelift, you just need some tight ponytails because, okay, we're gonna start the buns now. We're gonna do the buns exactly how we did the tight bun. Same technique, just with two of them. I will tell you, however, it is a little bit more difficult because you're working with less hair, so your hair doesn't want to just go in that direction for some reason. I don't know. We're gonna start with this one. We're gonna do that twist again. Twist it maybe a little bit farther down than we did with the tight bun, not much, but you just want to make sure everything, you know, is tight and staying together. And we're gonna wrap. Now, you got to be a little more careful when you're wrapping this one. You want to hold it in place, but you're pretty much doing the same thing. Wrapping, 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 wrapping. Here we go. And then again, once we start running out of hair is when we want to start incorporating the bobby pins. I have a mirror right here, so that's why I keep looking this way. I don't have your professional setup yet. We'll get there. But bear with me. Okay, so that one seems pretty good. There we go. Okay, so this looks a little tight for me. I like them a little bit more round. So I'm going to kind of loosen it a little bit. Be careful because you don't want your bobby pins to fall out completely. But we're just gonna loosen it a tad. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. I'm gonna do the next one and then we're gonna come back to it. If you need to kind of loosen, we can do that. But let's wrap the next one. This one is always a little bit more difficult for me to wrap. It's like your eyebrows. You know, one eyebrow always turns out bomb, or wings, eyeliner, fuck. One always turns out bomb, the other one is always like wonky as hell. How does that happen? All right, so we're gonna start here, twist down to about here, and then we're gonna wrap. Wrapping, wrapping. And now I can already tell this one's a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit. See how I did that? Yeah, I was like this. And I'm just gonna let some hair out just because I can tell that this one's bigger. And so I don't have to come back. I'm just gonna let some hair out before I put my bobby pins in, okay? Okay, those look pretty good. I'd say this is pretty much the finished product here. I'd say, now these aren't so much Baby Spice, Britney Spears. These are more along the lines of, I'd say, Scary Spice. We call this the Mel Buns. That's what the Mel Buns. Cheers. Actually, one of my best friends, Reagan, she calls them Space Buns. Xenon. Oh shit. Okay, here we're channeling Scary Spice and Xenon. The third bun we're gonna do is the messy bun, or croissant bun. So this one, it took me, you're gonna have to bear with me because it took me a little bit to be able to kind of explain what I do. It's all kind of muscle memory. I do the same thing every time. You'll see in a second. But I'm gonna explain it the best way that I can. I'm gonna slow down just so you can see, but it's a lot of just kind of taking your hair and flipping it. So whenever I say I'm flipping it, I'm literally flipping my hair up and wrapping and then flipping it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm very like loosey-goosey, if you will, about my hair for this portion of things, just because it's a messy bun, so you're not trying to make it look too, you know, put together. I mean, it will brush it a little bit, but I mean, it's not gonna be anything too crazy. Okay, so you want it, you know, pretty far on top of your head. So this is where I'm gonna start. Okay, ponytail, whichever hand you are dominant with. Hand holding your ponytail, ponytail on your wrist. Take your ponytail out like this over your pony. Now the first movement we're gonna make is we're basically flipping our hair down, up. So stick your hand in here, take your hair, flip it up. This is where we're at right now. So I don't know if you can see that. We just flipped the hair from down to up, and now it's, you know, facing down like this. So once you have this, you're holding, take your ponytail, pull it over here, take these 3 fingers here, and you're gonna kind of lay them, see here, you're gonna lay them on your hair, and then you're going to kind of, it's not, doesn't have to be perfect, in a messy way, obviously, it's a messy bun, you're gonna flip your hair back up again. So we're gonna flip it up, and that puts us, and then we're holding the bun again. So we flipped our hair up, and now we're holding the bun with the other hand. They're both the same movements, if that makes sense. So this is where we're at. I don't know if you can see my hand. Your hand gets kind of buried, so don't panic. It's not gonna be super clean. You're not, there's the ponytail, but sometimes the ponytail is completely buried. It just kind of depends on how you flip your hair. When I get to this point, I usually try to clean it up a little bit, make sure before I secure the actual bun with the ponytail, before I take the ponytail and pull it over, I like to make sure I kind of grab everything with my fingers, kind of grab it here. If you need to use bobby pins, not a big deal. This part isn't super important. But then we're gonna take the ponytail and we're gonna pull it back over the bun and secure it. So now we have a secured bun here. And now at this point, we're just gonna pull. So you're gonna take the actual bun, find the actual bun. There it is, see that here? Hope you can see that. Take the actual bun and then just pull it out. So now we've kind of pulled this bun out here. So now we've got all this extra shenanigans here. This is where your bobby pins come into place. So kind of fuck with your bun a little bit. And then now you can take your hair. If there's some loopies, I kind of pull them out. Let's play with them. Pull them around, wrap them around. You know, you can put them in you can put a bobby pin in here. It's gonna turn out differently every time. You're never gonna get the same messy bun. But this is pretty much the messy bun in a nutshell. Let's go through it one more time. Woo. So much for that bobby pin. Or actually, you know what you can also do? You can just pop it into the back of your ponytail, which is what I'm gonna do right here. So yeah, and then also you can pull out different, there's a bobby pin I lost. Pull out different pieces, you know, just make it look a little bit all over the place. So that's the messy bun in a nutshell. Let's do it again, just because I know that can be a little bit hard to kind of watch. If I were you, I would just watch the video while you're doing it and practice. All right, you got your ponytail, same hand as the hand that's holding your hair. Taking your ponytail off your wrist, pulling it over, putting your hand through your ponytail, flipping your hair up. Now your hair is over. So you're gonna take your ponytail, pull it over the bun.
Now take your 3 fingers in here against your hair, flip your hair up and over on top of the bun. Now we're just gonna grab whatever hair we feel like we should grab, and then we're gonna pull the ponytail back over the bun to secure everything in place. All right, and then we're gonna find our bun and pull it out.
All right, not bad. This one doesn't have much that I'm gonna fix. I'm actually probably gonna keep that there just because I kind of like the little hairs. And then pull out your actual, what do you want to call that? I'm not really sure. The actual hair portion is what I was gonna say, but I would like to think all of it's your hair. The pony part, pull it out, make it look a little bit more like the rest of your bun. So yeah, that's, whew, we're almost done. We've made it through 3 of the 4 buns. Like I said, essentially it's only 2 buns, but really it's 4. And it's a little bit different when you're doing things on 2 different sides, so I figured we'd walk through all of them. If you don't want to walk through them, then you could have pressed stop a long time ago, so. So this wine, side note, let's just talk about this really quick before we get into bun number 4. This definitely needs an aerator. That sounds a lot fancier than what I am, I swear. I just learned about an aerator not long ago actually, but it'll make a huge difference in your life, especially if you drink a lot of red wine. But basically, you pour your wine in it and it sends air through the wine and it releases what is called tannins in the wine. Now I can't get any more technical than that, but there are these things and they're called tannins and they're in your wine, and basically they make your wine more like, you know, like bitter a little bit. And when you release those tannins, it makes it smoother and it makes it easier to drink, I guess. And so you can kind of tell when you taste a wine and it's not as smooth as it should be, then you want to aerate it. This is one of them. This is definitely a little on the eesh side. I'm not really sure if that's true or not. So after this, I'm gonna fact check it and I'm gonna put it right here and let you know if it's true. And just to make sure I explained it right, because 1, I'm a little bit drunk, but here we are, on to bun 4. All right, last buns. Let's get into the messy pigtail buns. So we are sending the part all the way back. I'm not gonna check my part because no one's gonna care today. So I'm actually gonna secure this side here just because there's no telling where your hands are gonna be. All right, so I got this side ready to go. I'll talk through this one a little bit more. All right, so here we go. Now this is the opposite side, so we're gonna be doing it the opposite way, obviously. So pulling your ponytail over like this, taking your hands inside the ponytail, flipping your hair up and over. You have your hand holding the bun like so, pulling your ponytail over the bun, 3 fingers inside, flipping the hair again, grabbing the bun, and cleaning up. And then once you've got a hold of everything, ponytail over to secure. Find your bun, find your croissant, and pull out. So there we go. This is what we're left with. Now we're gonna clean it up, obviously. We're not just gonna leave like this. So I personally like my messy buns pretty messy, but I don't want hair kind of hanging down. I'm not like not a huge fan of that, but I also don't want to mess up the actual shape of the bun this time. So I'm gonna very loosely wrap it around. Review time. Let's talk about this wine that we talked about at the beginning here. This Menage a Trois. I don't know, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I thought I'd give it a chance. I'm not happy I did. I don't hate it. I would drink it again. If somebody had it, I'd be like, yeah, bring it over. Sure, I'll take a glass, but I'm just not a huge fan. There's a lot better wines out there. Oh my God, and I just noticed I'm definitely getting troll mouth. This is definitely turning my teeth purple. I don't know if you can tell because the ring light makes me look like an angel, but my teeth are turning purple. Can you tell? They're a little dingy. Maybe not. I don't know. fuck this wine, don't do it, don't do it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot. I hope this helps you with your buns in the future. I really hope that you can recreate the messy bun. I hope I explained that well enough. Leave a comment below. Please subscribe. I would love for you to see my videos as they come out. A lot more to come. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And cheers, bitches. It's hot as balls in here. Oof.